Nice one, Andy. You've missed your cue, but okay. Hello and welcome to the Suplah, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Liam Dunn. I am usually joined with Andy Kwan, but he's not here for some reason. I don't know what's happened. But instead, I guess...
Oh, my microphone was fucking muted. For fuck's sake! I literally just went, hello, wrestling fans, and I've been screaming, I'm here! I'm here! I was thinking, why are you... I just spoke! I literally just spoke, and I'm like, what the fuck, Liam? I'm like, I'm here! The fuck? Like, oh, fuck this intro.
Introduction.
And with me, as always, is Liam Dunn. And this episode also has Keelan Balderson.
Hello.
Okay.
Wow! I forgot to hit the button.
That's what she said.
Okay. Anyway, hello, Keelan, and welcome back to the show.
Hello, how's it going? It's been a long while.
I assume you're calling us from an undisclosed location because obviously you know the NRA or whatever they are. They're chasing you because I don't know you've been part of WikiLeaks. I assume.
No, I'm still in the shed.
You still? That's okay. I understand code word. I get it. Okay.
It's a shed. It's made of wood.
Many of our newer fans are just thinking, What is this joke that you guys have going on?
I don't get it even.
Anyway, so moving on.
So, SummerSlam happened. That was okay.
Well, you cannot sound any more unenthusiastic.
I remember I was drunk. I haven't seen the event since.
You were drunk. Okay, well, basically, let's talk about SummerSlam. We got a lot of news, but I think this is the one thing that we need to discuss because after SummerSlam went off the air, I took to Facebook and Twitter, mainly Facebook, to be honest, and I said that I thought that the ending of SummerSlam, with Randy Orton cashing in the Money in the Bank, Triple H screwing Daniel Bryan, and Orton walking out with the championship, I thought that was brilliant. I thought that was great. However, when I woke up in the morning, because you got to remember, this was about 4 o'clock in the morning for me. So when I woke up at about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I saw the comments, and there was a lot of... it was kind of split, I'd say, at least. It was split 50-50. Some people agreeing, some people not. And Carmine, who No Akimbo, who does the Let's Play for the Suplah, he was very vocal at how wrong I was and how he was boycotting the Suplah. Not the Suplah, sorry. Well, he probably, I don't know, but
he's in the chat, so that
oh, okay, he's in the chat. Oh, sorry, Carmine. But he was boycotting Raw and things like that. And I didn't want to say what my reasons as to why I thought it was good. I didn't want to give it away online. I wanted to do it on the show.
Okay.
So I'll try and go as quickly as I can, but you have to bear with me here. But for me, I think the reason why this worked so well is because if you look at WWE at the moment, well, not at the moment actually, about 2 weeks ago, who was their top heel?
You've
answered it. No one really knows. There wasn't really a top heel. You had
Ryback?
Not really. Not really. Right?
Not Ryback.
And then Mark Henry did a good fake retirement, but then after that he went to being a babyface because he feuded with The Shield, so he wasn't even a heel at the time. So you had,
and then before he became a victim of
yeah. So you had Cena, you had Daniel Bryan, and you know you've got your baby faces, but really the heels are sort of the top mid carders. So for me, I think the reason why this was good was not only have we now got an established heel, an established top tier heel, but within 2 to 3 minutes, right? And this is what I thought was brilliant because this needed to happen. Within 2 to 3 minutes, you took Randy Orton, who was, and I'm putting it nicely here, he was a mid-card babyface, right? You took a mid-card babyface, and in 2 to 3 minutes, you made him the top heel in the industry. And it was a legitimate reason. It made sense. It made complete sense. Because he was teasing he was cashing it in at SummerSlam. So it made sense. If he didn't cash in, it wouldn't have made sense. And Carmine said him cashing in SummerSlam sort of... It made it so that the briefcase wasn't as... I don't know, it was something like... It wasn't as tense anymore because he'd cashed it in and you knew it was coming. But for me, it made sense. And I would have been disappointed if he didn't. Because it was
Well, you got to
leading
think
up
about
to
it.
that.
If Bryan won the belt then, what do you do after that? Who does he face? Where does it go from there? At least with Orton, it gives him another few months worth of storylines to go with.
Well, I was going to talk about that actually in a bit, but I'm speaking specifically of just that event, and it made sense. Yeah, okay, I saw it coming. I saw Orton cashing in because, like I said, he'd been teasing it. I saw the Triple H turn coming because there was rumours of him turning heel for a while now. We saw it coming. We knew John Cena was injured. He was on his way out. We knew everything that was going to happen. But it made sense. It made total sense. And the fact that they've managed to take a mid-card babyface into a main event heel within 2 minutes is genius. And it made sense. It made perfect sense. And Carmine saying that Randy Orton's boring... I agree, Randy Orton is boring, but that's why they've paired him up with Triple H and Vince McMahon and Stephanie. Have you noticed, they're more the mouthpiece than he is now.
See, that's the problem with it, I think. It's like, he's still Robo Orton, but he's corporate Robo Orton. And, I mean, I'm glad he's heel now, because as a face, he was the worst thing ever. He was the equivalent of AIDS. And... I didn't like the ending of SummerSlam. I'm on that side of the fence because since they already have a hard-on for like having like the next night on Raw be a major event, I think what they could have done was give Bryan this magical moment because he's just beaten John fucking Cena. I can't remember the last time Cena's lost a match, so he's just. I mean, he could have tapped out. That could have been a bit better than a running knee in the head, but whatever. But, you know, he could have gave Bryan his moment, and he could have had a celebration ceremony. Everyone's going, yes, yes, yes. You could have had Triple H in the ring going, this is the future of our business. LOL, no, pedigree. I hear voices in my head. Orton comes out, and then RKO's him, and then you could have had that. It could have been that moment on Raw.
No, I disagree. I think it's made the storyline stronger that it happened after he won the belt, because now... And to be honest, the reaction that Carmine's having tells me that it's been done right, because you want to see Bryan be the champion, and the fact that he got that robbed away from him so quickly, you're angry. That has legitimized Orton. No, you're talking over me.
Looks like a bitch.
No. I'll get to that in a minute. You've legitimized Orton as a heel. That makes sense because now you're angry at him for taking the title so soon. If he had had 24 hours with that belt, it wouldn't have had the same impact. It wouldn't have had nowhere near the same impact. At all. It wouldn't have. I'm sorry, it just wouldn't have. Because if you give Daniel Bryan that moment where he's the WWE champion, you've shat on the storyline. The whole point of this storyline is for him to be the WWE champion and get that moment. He got the WWE championship. He didn't get the moment of glorifying it, though, because Orton cashed in. Now he's got to track down track down Orton and get his redemption. It makes sense. It makes perfect storyline
I think
sense.
the problem a lot of people have with it is they're worried. They don't have faith that it will all pay off in the end.
Yeah.
They think it's too good to be true.
I'm sorry. Hang on. Whoa. Have you... Look, I'm not a businessman by any means, but... I'm
not
sorry,
saying I
right?
agree, but I'm just saying that's what people feel like because they've been screwed over so many other times.
Hang on. I just want to... Before Carmine starts attacking and jumping down my throat, I do want to get my points out first, and then we'll bring him on. But
Okay.
I do not think that, as a business, the most over guy in the company right now, I don't understand why people are fretting that he's not going to get the belt. He is over.
Because
He is so over.
For fuck's sake.
Okay, look.
And it's not just
hang
that.
on. I'm not saying that the ending was perfect. I said it was good. I did not say it was perfect. I agree. Daniel Bryan should not have been pinned after a pedigree. The pedigree should have took him down, but Orton should have RKO'd him and then pinned him. I believe that.
The payoff is seen as going to be Orton.
It's not.
It's not going to have anything to do with Bryan. Bryan is just... You know when
No.
Vince says he's a hobbit and he's a goat and all this shit? I literally think that's how he thinks.
Actually,
Yeah,
according...
but I don't think they would have
no.
been putting all that on TV if it was true.
Guys. It's been reported that Daniel Bryan is Vince McMahon's pet project. He's been building Daniel Bryan up. He's wanted to do this. Now,
They said that about Fandango, and look how well that went.
yeah, they said that about Karma with Triple H. Things don't always work out, but when you've got the most over guy in the company, I think there's a little bit of faith there. The guy is over.
I think they know. I think they know what they're doing. I think they know who they're playing off. If you go back to when Bryan first came into the company, he was doing the exact same kind of promos on NXT about being the best wrestler, about how The Miz doesn't deserve to be on telly. He was cutting kind of shoots about how Michael Cole shouldn't have replaced JR and all this kind of thing. Go back on YouTube and look at some of them promos, and that was when he first came into the company. So they know what they're doing with him, but it doesn't necessarily mean we'll get the payoff. But they know how to make money out of it, put it that way.
The only way I can see this being like the ultimate payoff, the best thing they could do is somehow they stretch this out to Mania, and then they have Orton and Bryan at Mania, and then Bryan gets his magic WrestleMania moment, and then, I don't know, Punk can come out, and then they can hug, and they won't have to blur that out in 5 years.
Yeah, I was thinking of that, the Eddie and Benoit, but with Punk and Bryan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that would be awesome. But I don't think I don't think they'll risk it just in case.
Yeah, but guys, look, can I? Everyone is jumping around saying this is it. This is the end of Bryan. He'll never get his shot. Guys, we were all saying this when he got pinned in 18 seconds at WrestleMania 28.
Well, he's in the main event. I mean, you can't get much higher than that. It's surprising he's even this far.
He was in a 45-minute main event, for fuck's sake. Was it 45 minutes? I don't know, but that match it went on forever, and it was awesome. In a good way.
The guy got pinned in 18 seconds at WrestleMania 28. Everyone, myself and Andy, if you listen back to that show, we said, that's it. He's done. There's no way he can come back from this. Look, Daniel Bryan is one of those very few, 1 in a million stars that seems to be able to bounce back from anything, right? You look, even on Raw these past couple of weeks after SummerSlam, the crowd's still chanting yes. Everyone is still chanting yes. And you know what? It's a compelling storyline. I'm actually interested. Guess what, guys? They made the best storyline of the year now. Yeah, because bloody Cena versus Ryback was so much better.
Oh, yeah, true. But why do they keep giving like Orton a car? Because they must realize by now that. Like,
Oh yeah, Kofi Kingston did it. As well.
Kofi just, I got you, Brandy. I got you, Brandy. And like fucking now, Bryan's just like, yes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can we now get Carmine on?
Well, there was one other thing I did want to say as well from a character point of view as to why I liked this ending as well. But this is a bit more subtext, a bit more filmy. But basically, the reason why I liked it was, to me, it felt like Daniel Bryan's character was a bit full circle. Because when Daniel Bryan won his Money in the Bank briefcase and cashed in, you got to remember, he cashed in at TLC 2011 against The Big Show. What happened there? Big Show had just won the belt. He was celebrating, and then he got blindsided by Mark Henry, and then Daniel Bryan ran out, cashed in, and pinned him. Won the belt.
Yeah. I hate Money in the Bank now. But...
So, Daniel Bryan did that to The Big Show. Now, somebody's done that to him. It's come full circle. To me, that's a character arc. It's made sense from a character point of view that
I don't think
happened to him.
WWE would put that much thought into this.
They probably didn't.
Like,
They probably didn't. All right, I'll be honest.
Back against him. No.
I'll be honest. They probably didn't. But I'm just saying, from my point of view, that's it. And also, the final thing I wanted to say that you said, Andy, in that it made Daniel Bryan look like a bitch. You could not be more wrong, sir. No way. He did not look like a bitch. Right. Okay. So he beat John Cena in the main event, right?
Yes.
So he was worn out. I get that. But when Orton came out, when you heard, I hear voices in my legs, they talk to me, they walk me home. Right?
Your legs.
Yeah. Right? When he came out...
That camera angle, just to put in, that camera angle they did where it's from Orton's shoulder all the way over to the ring, that was brilliant.
Very cinematic. But anyway, if you actually look at Daniel Bryan, He is not like most other champions when someone's about to cash in. He's not got that dread. He's not got that, oh my God, really, I have to do this. He's actually willing Orton to come on. He's willing. He's saying, come on, do it. Let's fight. He's actually asking for it. I don't agree that he should have been put down by Triple H. Triple H could have pedigreed him, yes, but Orton should have RKO'd him afterwards. That's what kept him down. That's the one nitpick.
Hunter's involvement is just, I don't want him.
For me, that's the one nitpick I have. But I thought it was great, and you know what? It's led into a storyline that I find compelling. I actually am rooting for Daniel Bryan. I am getting more angry at the Randy Orton character because he is using the corporate fucking management of Triple H and etc. in order to just protect himself. And it seems to me like it's only a matter of time till Daniel Bryan wins the belt. It's got to be. It's got to be with his reaction.
Say that this is WWE, and I guarantee in 4 months he'll be like, "Who can stop Randy Orton?"
He's definitely not going to win Night of Champions. That's for sure.
No, he's not going to win Night of Champions. I think everyone is jumping straight to John Cena. John Cena will get the belt eventually. I guarantee it. But I don't think he'll. Maybe he will win it from Orton, but I don't think that Daniel Bryan will never get the world title. The WWE title. I think it will happen. Maybe it will happen at Mania. I think I think a lot of people, if I'm going to be honest, people not only in the chat who are probably listening to this podcast thinking, Liam, you are a moron, you don't know what you're talking about, despite the fact you took film and studied storylines, right? Let's just overlook that fact because I'm a smart and I think I know everything and I don't want anyone but Daniel Bryan winning that belt, right? Not having to dig at anybody here. But I just think a lot of you have this bad mentality about it. And I just think you've got to look at it from a business point of view and it wouldn't make business sense to not cash Daniel Bryan in as champion at some point. He's on Total Divas as well. I mean, what else have you got? Anyway,
so in comes Carmine.
Right, bring in Carmine. Let's hear this argument, this retort, if you will.
Right, go.
Right.
Hey.
Okay,
Hello.
Carmine. So you've been quite vocal both in the chat and on Facebook about how wrong I am. I saw you tweeted that you had boycotted Raw last week and that you were watching Breaking Bad. So, in your opinion, why am I wrong?
Because everyone seems to be forgetting about history. Liam, I'm surprised at you. You should know that the reason I'm booing is not because they're bad guys, boo the bad guys. You should know that, Liam. You know I'm not like that. The reason I'm upset is because of Triple H and Randy Orton as people, and I know how they operate because of history. I'm surprised that you haven't figured this out.
Please explain.
Yeah, explain, Carmine. Explain what you mean here.
The floor is yours.
Let's look at this time 2 years ago. SummerSlam 2011. Does everyone just forget about that one?
Yeah, but we...
Triple H
No.
Hold on, no.
I agree. That one was shit. His participation in that was just to get into the main event.
Yes.
Once again, it was very similar. Once again, he put himself in the main event as a special guest referee. Cena lost. The guy we want won. Yay. Then someone interferes. It wasn't Triple H last time, but someone interfered. Attacked the new champion. Then Money in the Bank comes out, walks out with the belt. What happens after that? The person who lost their belt picks a fight with Triple H. What happened? Tell me something. Did CM Punk, at the peak of his popularity, he was on top of the world. He was where Daniel Bryan is now. There was not a person in the world who did not like CM Punk in that time period of 2011. Tell me, did he beat Triple H?
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Not once. They only fought once, but he never beat Triple H. He was the most popular thing in wrestling. What makes you think Daniel Bryan is going to be any different?
I see what you mean, but I think you're forgetting another piece of history here, Carmine. Punk held the belt for over a year.
After that?
Yeah, but he still held the belt. The fact that he managed to survive that and hold the belt
after
for
Triple
an
H
entire
went away.
Yeah, but he held the belt for an entire year.
When Triple H was there, he wasn't champion.
Carmine, I respect you. You do good work on the Let's Play, but I do not understand what your problem is here. I don't know what you're trying to say. CM Punk, I understand. Triple H The one 2 years ago didn't make any sense. Triple H just put himself in for the sake of it. Yes, CM Punk did the job to Triple H, but CM Punk wasn't killed. His character was not killed. He held the belt for 400 days.
Well, he was not though, so that doesn't really matter.
No,
But
he
here's the
no.
thing.
He was a pussy
As
when he
long as-
turned heel against The Rock. That's when he turned into a pussy, and that's because I'm the bad guy. I have
it
to
was
do
He
that.
because-
always
it
was
was
a
because of
pussy. He had the
Ryback.
Shield
It was
get
because of Ryback.
involved.
When he was a
pussy the
heel.
whole
When he
time.
was a heel.
But I think part of the storyline is that kind of insider mentality where people think that Triple H is a dick and he's this corporate guy that's going to bury everyone. That's part of the storyline. That's what they're playing off. That's why it's the corporation kind of rehash. They know that we think like that.
And I'm sorry,
that's
but
why-
the
Let's
people
look at
in the
another one of my
chat,
problems.
the people in the chat seem to be on my side. They're saying my logic is making sense. I'm right here. I don't understand. Carmine, I can understand where you're coming from, but I think you're looking at a very specific point in time from 2 years ago, about a month and a half, and you're not looking at the bigger picture. Yes, CM Punk did get fucking destroyed for no reason at SummerSlam because Triple H was like, herp a derp, I'm going to be in the main event because fuck it, right? Yes, he did do the job to Triple H, but like a month or two after that, he won the WWE Championship, which he held for over 400 days. His character was not killed. And Daniel Bryan is
No,
another example.
I'm not saying
No.
I'm not
Daniel
saying
Bryan.
Daniel Bryan's character is going to get killed. What I'm saying is, as long as Triple H is there, it is not going to end well for Daniel Bryan.
No, because
as long as he
that's
is
what
there.
you would have said. No, you would have said that about CM Punk, and the guy held the belt for 400 days.
After Triple H was out of the picture.
Yeah, well, I don't. What's the problem here? So Daniel Bryan's going to
We'll
have.
just have to wait and see. We can't predict the future, but ideally, the storyline wise and business wise, they would be wise.
Brooks
to
wants
put the belt
to.
on
Sorry, Brooks wants
Bryan.
to ask a question. So if you could, Brooks, if you can type that in the chat. Okay.
He's
He says,
asking what's
what
what's
could
the
happen
worst
to
case
Bryan?
scenario?
What's the worst case scenario to Bryan? What do you think is the worst that could happen to Daniel Bryan right now? Despite the
I'm
fact,
not saying his
despite the
character's
fact,
going to get killed. I'm not saying he's going to fall back into oblivion and he's going to become a jobber. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is, as long as Triple H is there and he's deciding to stick his big nose in it with Orton, Daniel Bryan is not going to get his big payoff.
I think the worst case scenario would be the worst case scenario is
Cena comes back and saves him.
yeah. If that happens,
Yeah,
the
no, that's
internet is going to explode.
Yeah.
Like they're going to be like, "Fuck
Yeah.
this! We're not watching this shit anymore." I've got a really bad feeling when he comes back to 4 to 6 months from this fucking injury, which is great because he's gone now for 4 to 6 months. But when he comes back, I have a really bad feeling, like
Well,
really
yeah.
bad,
Brooks-
that he's going to be like, "I beat Orton." Do, 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 do.
Brooks has
Guess
actually
what? This
made.
feud is going to last 4 to 6 months.
Brooks has actually made a very good point here. I just dropped something. Brooks has made a very good point here. Why would they invest so much attention into Daniel Bryan in that case?
Why would
Because
they
they
invest
need
so
to
much
just-
attention into CM Punk when all they were going to do was rip it away from him because of Kevin Nash?
And then
Yeah,
they
but
gave
the
him the
question-
belt for 400 days. I don't. You're looking at
Like
a very
3
specific.
months later, Liam.
Yeah, 3
After
months
Triple
in
H
the.
and Kevin Nash went away.
Liam,
Come on,
the only
3
reason-
months in the grand scheme of things is actually a very short period of time. Look,
what I'm saying
in the
is
terms of
when
hang on.
the other guys
In the terms of storylines, and this is
It
how
was a
I'm looking at it
completely
here.
separate one.
No. But in the terms of storylines, and this is you say it's a separate one. I agree, but storylines always have a very common theme. What usually happens is the hero gets beaten down to the point where he's at his lowest in order to rise. You look at any film about a hero, and that's what happens. You look at the Avengers, they look like they're about to split up before they go, actually, let's take down Loki. You look at Batman, the guy gets his back broken, and then he trains himself to get out of a bloody hole, and then mysteriously, through plot holes, manages to make himself back in Gotham, right?
Yeah,
You
that
see-
film is so shit.
Yeah.
Get out the damn pit already!
But what I'm saying is, the hero has to be taken to his absolute lowest in order to rise up. Because otherwise, if Daniel Bryan, if he got beaten on SummerSlam and they just went, okay, let's face Orton on Raw the next night and wins, well, that would have just shat on the storyline. The fact is, what they're doing is they're humiliating Bryan. They're destroying Bryan. And I can understand people are getting a bit worried. But what it is, you've got to take them to their lowest to build them up again. Then you make
but the
that...
problem-
Then you make
with that
their
is
championship, you make their victory seem that more important, that more
if you-
intense. I don't understand why everyone's freaking out just because Daniel
People
Bryan...
just don't have faith in that happening because they
they're
think Triple
fucking
H is a
creating a
dick.
team of retarded. And also, if you bury someone week after week after week after week, the fans are not going to care.
But he
They don't
hasn't
give a
been
shit.
buried.
Shout,
He hasn't been buried.
no,
Hang on. He
cheese,
hasn't been
doesn't matter.
buried. I don't know what everyone's saying. He's been buried. He hasn't.
The pedigree is like the kiss of death. It's a curse.
And it happened once to him at SummerSlam.
But and like people are like, oh, why are they putting all their attention on him? Because there's no one else other than Cena. They realised that like the injury lit a fire under their ass and thought, fuck, we need to actually push someone. If we don't actually push someone, we're fucked. I guarantee you, as soon as Cena comes back, fucking Bryan's out of the picture, and he's going to be that bearded twat that just shouts yes, yes, yes.
So the fact that the audience has been chanting yes for a year and a
They
half has
don't
nothing
care.
to do
They
with
don't
this.
care.
Nothing
They've
to
been doing
do.
that since WrestleMania 28.
Yeah, that's
Did
what I
he
mean.
get a WWE Championship after
No.
that? No. He only got a WWE Championship match when Cena had to leave for injury.
Hang on. Does no one remember No Way Out? Cena was on that card, and Daniel Bryan was in the match for the WWE Championship. Oh, and hang on,
Yeah,
wait. Let's not forget, Money in the Bank 2012. Money in the Bank 2012. Cena was still around, and guess what? Daniel Bryan had a shot for the WWE Championship against CM Punk.
But the champion was Punk, not Cena.
That's my point.
What's your point?
He's
No,
just
I don't
said
get what the point is. I
Cena's-
don't get what the point is. Hang on, what is the point?
Cena was the champion. He was going to get injured. So since Punk is busy, they have no one else to give it to but Bryan.
Yeah. And the point is that Bryan probably this is what the internet are worried that he's not actually going to get his payoff because there's reports that Cena is going to come back sooner than 4 to 6 months. So it's just like, well, he's just going to you're just going to bury him and then
No.
Cena will come back.
I think that makes it all the more fun because we don't know what's going to happen. We think we might be screwed
I
over.
love how
but that's what
Keelan
makes
is
it
trying to
fun.
play peacemaker here, just going, guys, we don't know what's going to happen. Let's just watch. Let's just watch it, okay?
I really do hope I'm dead wrong. I hope Bryan gets his big payoff. I hope he beats Orton. I hope he beats Triple H. I hope he gets the championship back. I hope he holds it till WrestleMania. I hope I'm dead wrong. I just don't see it happening.
I have no faith.
I can understand what you mean about the big payoff with Triple H, but there's no word that Triple H and Bryan are even going to wrestle. Yes, Daniel Bryan.
But you
Daniel...
said it yourself. The fact that you said it yourself. Orton is basically like the puppet here. Triple H is doing everything.
Yeah, but
if
but Triple H doesn't have the belt. Daniel Bryan wants the belt.
True, but maybe he's going to lose to Orton a couple times and say, you know what? The real problem is Triple H. I'm going to fight Triple H. And if I win, Triple H has to stay out of the picture.
Maybe that will happen. Maybe that will happen. Maybe it won't. Maybe it will. Like Keelan says, we'll have to
if
see.
the two of them step in the ring, I don't see Bryan beating Triple H.
Yeah, but look, guys. Triple H's job to Michael McGillicuddy. Let's just calm down here, okay?
Not really, though.
Yeah, but he did do
he
the
had
job.
He had a concussion from a match with Lesnar.
Okay, it wasn't a clean job, but it
Yeah,
was
but
a
let's
job.
not forget that Triple H is a huge star. He still gets a face reaction now. He's a heel. The wider WWE audience still see him as a mega star. So he would be in a top position if he was on TV, and he is. So I mean, it's not a massive deal.
No,
At the end of the
I just
day,
don't see-
I think everyone is they're bitching about it because Daniel Bryan didn't get the belt. Randy Orton got the belt. They're bitching about it because they feel like that moment was taken away from them. Guess
It's
what?
just a lack of trust.
No,
that it's going to pay off.
That's the thing, right? Everyone felt like Daniel Bryan had got his chance. They were going to bask in the glory with him, and then Orton ripped it away. That's why they're angry, and that's why I'm saying it worked.
Oh.
You're angry, just like Daniel Bryan is angry. You are in the same mentality as Daniel Bryan. This makes sense from a storyline point of view. From an emotional point of view, Carmine, you're in the exact same emotional state.
I'm angry, but not for the reasons that you're saying I'm angry.
Well,
I'm angry for not because it's a bad guy and he beat Bryan, boo. No. I'm angry because I have no faith that this is going to pay off in the end. That's why. Because they took it away from him, and I don't think they're going to give it
Yeah,
back.
but they paid off the CM Punk angle from 2 years ago.
But yeah, but not.
I think everyone.
I think
everyone just has this very cynical approach to everything that's going on. Okay, maybe things won't turn out the way that
If he didn't fuck up so many people, we wouldn't. I mean,
yeah,
fuck
no.
me.
Look,
This
listen.
time last year,
Listen.
Ryback was going to be huge, and now he's pouring soup on people, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, but come on, really? Did we want
I have no
Ryback?
faith in this
Did we
crazy-
want Ryback to be our next bloody baby face? Really? Come on.
Yes.
Really?
You remember how over he was going to be?
No.
He was fucking super over, and they fucked him up. So why should I have any faith they're going to put the belt back on Bryan? Why should I have any faith that this is actually going to go well? Why should I have any faith they just won't put the belt on Cena?
No. Okay, maybe you won't get the payoff, but guess what? It might be because, I don't know, Bryan gets injured for some reason. This is real life. Things happen that they can't help. Maybe he won't get that payoff, but I agree with Keelan. Maybe we just have to sit and watch, but I think everyone is being very cynical. You're just thinking, oh, well, Triple H inserted himself into the main event. Yeah, he did, and that was a big fuck up. We mentioned it on the show 2 years. We said that was a dumb move. We hated that move. You ruined the storyline. But what they've done, and finally, this is something that they needed to do towards the end of Punk's reign that they never did, was that they've merged the WWE Championship storyline into the main storyline concerning the McMahons. It's made sense from a business standpoint. Now the top
this has been
storyline
long
is...
planned. I don't think this was just happened because Cena got injured.
I agree. It's probably been long planned, and I think we're just going
The
around in
seeds
circles
have been
right
planted
now.
for months.
Yeah,
I think we're just going in circles now.
As well. Like they have the custom plates and shit like that. That must have been made months ago. So they probably gone, all right.
Yeah,
we'll
of
just
course
do
it was.
this now
Owen's got
because
customized sides. Of course it was planned months in advance. And I
But
just,
I
I think
think
everyone is just getting very, very cynical. I think, and maybe you do have a right to be cynical. Maybe you do. I don't know. I think everyone's just looking at it from a,
Maybe they want you to be cynical. The whole point that Triple H is a dick and has buried people.
And that's why it's worked so well.
So good in storyline because he is a dick, and we know he's a dick, and we're hoping that Bryan defeats the dick.
And
beat the dick, damn it.
That's why beat the dick. What a soundbite! Anyway, I think everyone in all honesty is just being cynical for the sake of it. We on this show are very cynical. I admit it. Everything that happens we hate, but for the first time I feel like I'm actually enjoying something. I agree with a storyline move that they've made, and now I feel like half the fan base of the Suplah is attacking me.
Well, when was the last time we talked so passionately about a storyline?
Exactly!
To be fair, we have other news stories, but we've been talking about this for pretty much the amount of time our episode is allowed to go on.
Well, you know what? To be honest, I don't think anyone really cares about Hulk Hogan being in WWE 14, right?
But AJ Styles might go to WWE.
Well, even if he does, he's over his peak. He won't go anywhere. But what I did want to say is, Keelan, you actually wrote a review for I believe this past week's Raw concerning the Daniel Bryan storyline. So I would like a little bit of backup here because I feel like it's a handicap match against myself. So I'd like a little bit of backup.
Are you kidding me? I feel so outnumbered right now.
Really? Andy's on your side.
Yeah, but even then, like, every other thing is still on your side, and I just feel like no one's seeing what I'm seeing. Maybe I'm crazy. No. Look, I really hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm insane.
Carmine, no. What it is, I can understand what you're saying, but what I'm trying to get you to open your eyes at is that you're looking at a very specific, very few couple of weeks in the WWE from 2 years ago, and I'm trying to get you to open your eyes. Yes, if you did look at just SummerSlam 2011 through to what was it, Unforgiven or Vengeance? I don't know, something like that. If you look at that period, yeah, Punk was fucked. He was screwed over badly. He lost to Triple H. He was destroyed by Kevin Nash for no reason. I agree. I completely agree. But if you just open that window a little wider, you see that CM Punk won the belt and he held it for 400 days. He teamed up with Paul Heyman and they became one of the best teams ever.
Yes, but what I'm saying is when Punk won it and held it for 400 plus days, it was a completely separate storyline where Triple H was not involved.
No, I
the
understand,
entire time
but
that Triple H was involved, Punk didn't go anywhere.
Carmine, I understand, but you've got to remember that with the nature of wrestling and the nature of, dare I say, soap operas, the nature of it is that each storyline that we see leads into the other. Yes,
it should, but they don't always with wrestling.
No, it did.
Look,
No,
very
it
rarely
did.
do they.
No, it did.
I need to end this. This is getting annoying.
No, it
right?
did though. Hang on. No, I'm not. No, Andy, this is my show. I'm talking if I want to talk, right? No.
But it's only been 10 days. How
I
can
disagree.
just
I
assume
disagree
it's
that
the
it
end?
didn't. That it wasn't linked in, right? Because who did CM Punk lose the belt to? In SummerSlam 2011,
No, I
who
know
did he
what
drop
you're
the
saying.
belt
I know
to?
what you're saying. He lost to Del Rio. He beat Del Rio. I get that.
So it linked
But-
the storylines. I don't.
But Del Rio was not Triple H's puppet at the time. It was different.
Okay, I see what you mean, but I think you're looking at a very narrow point of view here, a very narrow period, and I just think if you just look at it just a little harder, you open that window a bit more, you'll see that actually Punk wasn't ruined by it. He wasn't. It was a distraction, I'll admit,
He wasn't. You're right. He wasn't. And I'm not saying Daniel Bryan's going to get ruined by this. I'm not saying he's going to end up a jobber and going to join the three-man band. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is, I do not see the payoff happening.
No, I can
don't see the
understand,
payoff happening.
but I think
That's it. That's the extent of it. That's the worst case scenario.
Okay,
There's no
all right,
payoff.
all
That's
right.
the worst case scenario. That's it.
I respect your opinion, and like you, I hope you are proven wrong as well. And I honestly, in my heart of hearts, I actually believe that is not going to be the case. I think that...
I hope you're right. I really, really do.
Well, I think they have invested a lot of time into this Vince McMahon storyline. The Randy Orton customized side belts were obviously ordered a long time ago. I think that this storyline has been planted for a while. Daniel Bryan has been one of the hottest, and not in a gay way, but one of the hottest wrestlers for the past year.
I just love that beard.
Oh, beard!
It's like what I said earlier. Like, I think they've always considered that they may put Daniel Bryan in a top position in the company. If you go back to his NXT promos, he was special. They let him say things that they wouldn't let anyone else say. He was cutting kind of pipe bombs on NXT.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
You know, I think they know what they've got here.
I agree.
I have no doubt that they know what they have. It'd be really stupid of them to not know what they have.
But
And that's not my problem. Another one of my problems, which I don't want to, because Andy's getting annoyed with this conversation, I don't want to go too long.
I want to talk
But-
about AJ Styles and the death of TNA.
Well, they're dead. That's it. So, with Money in the Bank cash-ins, my problem is typically no one ever remembers what happened before that. I'm again, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think anyone's going to remember that Daniel Bryan beat Cena clean. Because what happened after that? A huge heel turn with a Money in the Bank cash-in. That's going to take over the spotlight. That's what people are going to remember.
I can't agree with you there. I think that the fact that he beat Cena.
They're going to wrestle again down the
They've
line.
already stopped talking about it.
Yeah,
No
but
one
they'll
is talking
replay
about
it
that
in
anymore.
packages. They'll be like, he defeated the almighty god that is John Cena.
It might even be that Cena returns, beats Orton, and then at WrestleMania, Bryan faces Cena again, and Bryan wins and has a WrestleMania moment beating Cena.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. That would be good.
Fine.
The match
I
at
wouldn't mind
SummerSlam
seeing
was
that.
good, so fuck it, why not?
this is what I mean. I
Yeah,
think
it
a
was a
lot
good
of
match.
people.
It's what happened after that I don't enjoy.
Yeah, but I just think a lot of people are being very cynical and they're hating on it for the sake of hating on it. And I don't think that people. I can understand what you mean. Look back at history, but I think that if you look back at history as a bigger time period, I think that everyone's being very cynical, and I don't see why. CM Punk, he did his pipe bomb. Okay, it took a couple of months, but you know what? It's going to take a couple of months in order to make a good storyline. And what I mean is,
I'm
what
not
I mean
saying
is,
he should get it back at Night of Champions.
no,
I'm not
he
saying
shouldn't.
that at
He
all.
should not get it back at Night of Champions, because that would shit on the entire storyline, I think. And it needs Daniel Bryan needs to be screwed at Night of Champions. End of. He needs to be screwed. He can't lose cleanly. If he loses cleanly, he loses momentum. He needs to be screwed somehow.
Yeah.
Lose by disqualification. Somebody
Oh,
interferes.
the corporation's going to come out and pull something. I have no doubt about that.
Well, I'm fine with that. If he lost cleanly, then I'd rant, because he shouldn't lose cleanly. He needs to lose by being distracted, counted out, disqualified, something, but he can't get pinned.
Yes.
Anyway.
Well, Henrik 3x3 in the chat has seemed to have enough of me, so I guess I'll shut up. I guess I'm crazy. I don't know.
No,
Well,
I can understand. I can understand, but I just think you just gotta have a little bit of faith. I don't think WWE. At the end of the day, this company's 50 years old.
I should have faith.
Yeah, but Carmine. This company's over 50 years old. They know what they're doing. If they were that dumb, they'd have gone out of business years ago. TNA, in fact, I'm surprised TNA's been around 10 years. They're on their fucking way out soon anyway.
Well, what's the worst that can happen? We've had 2 awesome television main events with Daniel Bryan kicking ass, so...
Yeah, but still.
Every cloud, I guess.
I don't know.
There you go.
So, we'll move on then.
Well,
yeah.
hang on. Did Keelan, do you want to talk about your review of Raw,
sorry.
about the Daniel Bryan storyline? Because you seem to have been on my side about how this is turning out.
Well,
really good.
I pretty much agree with what you're saying. For what it is so far, I'm enjoying it, and I think it's just a point we've already made that we have to see the payoff, and we'll have to wait and see if we do see the payoff. But so far, I'm quite happy with what I've been seeing. We've had Daniel Bryan in an awesome cage match on SmackDown, the main event.
That was actually a pretty good cage match, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
We've had him do this gauntlet match on Raw where he completely tore it up with Seth Rollins. I mean, can you imagine a year or two ago people having Seth Rollins and CM and Daniel Bryan in the main event on Raw? No one saw that coming. It's great.
I agree,
and as well, I think another thing we need to add is it's been 10 days. So we can't possibly sit here and go, this is totally shit. I can see, right, I'm in the middle with this, because with Carmine, it's like, I have no faith in this company. I also have no faith in this company. But I think establishing establishing Orton as a heel is good, because face Orton is awful, and face Triple H is god awful. Triple H is the kind of guy, he's probably a nice person in real life, the kind of person, if I saw him in a pub, I'd be like, would you like a pint? Yes, I'm the Cube! And like,
make it a bitter!
I would like a pint of Guinness! I don't know why he would want Guinness. I have no clue. But it's got iron in it. There you go. And the thing is, like, he seems like the dickhead you would hate anyway. So he's a heel. It's perfect. It's great. But, like, I don't know. I'm just kind of torn at how they did it. But they did it now. And I'm praying to God. I'm praying to Jesus that they don't do something stupid like include Kevin Nash. Or something dumb. But if it goes along this route, then it'll be fine. But if they fucking steer off and, I don't know, bring in Billy Gunn for no reason, I'm just going to be like, oh, for fuck's sake. So, I don't know.
And we're missing the most vital piece of evidence here, that we're all secretly enjoying this. I'm openly enjoying it. Some people secretly enjoying it.
What I was just about to say. I think that Triple H, and, well, maybe not so much Orton because he's not really doing jack shit, but I think Triple H is actually doing a good job at being the heel in this situation.
This is the best work he's done in years.
Yeah, I agree. It really is.
On the opposite side of the same coin, it's not that hard to be the heel against Daniel Bryan at this point. All you got to do is say he's not phenomenal, and the people will boo you. Just look at what Stephanie did.
It's true. That's true.
And,
that's true.
And so it doesn't take much to get booed when you're going up against Daniel Bryan, but he is doing it well.
Look, at the end of the day, WWE is doing something right. As Henrik has said, the Raw ratings have been up. And let's not forget, we've been talking about this for nearly 45 minutes, guys. They're doing something right. Yeah, we've been talking about this Daniel Bryan situation for nearly 45 minutes. That's 3/4 of this show. We've just sat and talked about this Daniel Bryan. We have 2 weeks' worth of news, and for 45 minutes we've sat here and spoken about one topic that's only 10 days old.
I currently have a Word document open, and there's 3 pages of news, and we've only talked about 1 paragraph.
So I think that's proof that they are doing something right. They have got us invested. Whether it's me and I'm open about it.
Or is that just me?
Shut up. Exactly. Okay. Let's pretend that never happened. But I'm openly enjoying it, and I think, Carmine, secretly there's something there that you're enjoying. Even if you absolutely hate it, there's something that's bringing you back and wanting to talk about it, and they're doing it right. If you weren't talking about it...
You're right, there is. It's because I do want to see Bryan have that big payoff. I want to see him beat Orton, and if he steps in the ring with Triple H, I want to see him beat him. My problem is I have no faith that is actually going to happen. Again, I really hope I'm wrong. I think
my problem. A company that has been in this game for 50 years... knows what to do. I have faith in
Not
them, if I'm gonna
always,
be honest.
though.
No, not always. They have shoved Cena down our throats.
They
but
do
you've
not
gotta-
always make the
Yeah.
right decision.
No, but with like Cena, at the end of the day, the guy shifts a lot of merchandise. We can't help that fact. The only way you're going to stop it is to tell your kids, just don't fucking buy shirts from him. Don't hit them, for fuck's sake. That'd be a bit harsh. But
You can't do that, Liam. You can't do that. Also, you can't put them on poles. That's
children on pole measures. But
stop.
it's what they do. The WWE, any business like this is shaped by their audience. At the end of the day, if people are buying a lot of Cena shirts, maybe it's not helping the fact that they keep shoving Cena down our throats, but they keep shoving Cena down our throats because we're buying the shirts, and then we're buying the shirts because the kids like Cena, and it's this circle that needs to be broken. I admit that. But it's shaped by what we buy. They do influence it, but we take it to another level. That's how it is. If we all prove that we want Daniel Bryan to be champion, if we all chant yes, we all buy the beard is here shirts, we all do everything we can to prove that this guy should be the next big star, they'll do it. And I have no doubt that they won't do it because everyone's been going nuts for a year and a half chanting yes. Everyone.
Yeah, I don't know entirely. That should be the way it works. I definitely agree. But let's look at Dolph
Not
Ziggler.
even, yeah, but has everyone been chanting show off at every single show? Every
Well, no,
time
he doesn't
it comes
have
out.
anything that they can chant. That is a problem.
No, I just gave it you. Show off. Just chant show off. Show off. Show off. Show
Well, I think
off.
part of the
Maybe.
problem with Ziggler though was that his concussion kind of derailed his push.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that was
so
no
we can all
one's.
blame
That
Swagger.
was Swagger's fault, right? But look, at the end of the day, CM Punk with his pipe bomb, he had no motivation. He had no anything going into that, and then he suddenly made himself a star overnight. Daniel Bryan has been having yes chants for a year and a half. I think there's a little bit of momentum behind him, in all honesty.
Oh, there definitely is. And again, I hope I'm dead wrong. I really, really do.
There's also a part of me that's just like, Hunt has just gone, well, this Daniel Bryan's getting over. Well, I'm going to include myself in this. And he's like,
Yeah,
he did this
exactly.
with Punk as
He's
well,
riding
which
the
is just
wave.
Like,
Yeah, but
riding the
I
wave.
think Keelan's right. They've had this storyline planned for months. They've had it for months.
I don't know. I'm just concerned that he's just inserting himself in the shit. Just for shits and gigs.
I can see why, because he did it 2 years ago. I can see why, but I think everyone's just being a bit cynical anyway. We're just going around in circles now, guys.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we should now just talk about how one company is doing everything right, and meanwhile, another wrestling company is so bad, I cannot understand how they still exist. So, AJ Styles is apparently, his contract is going to run out in September, which is in about 2 or 3 days. So, their top guy, who has been there since 2002, since the very fucking beginning, could possibly leave to go to the other company that's actually better. And they fucking...
I'd see that.
And then Jesse Sorensen's family have now gone bankrupt to pay for all of his fucking bills because he got fucking crippled and nearly paralyzed, but they didn't fucking pay any of his bills. So now his family have gone bankrupt to pay for all the medical bills.
Not to mention the fact that they said, "Oh, you've got a job for life at TNA." 1 year later, yeah,
fucking
LOL, you're
assholes.
gone, you're
Fucking
gone.
people,
Thanks,
like-
Dixie. Cheers.
They are just a bunch of cunts. Like,
Yeah, they could just give Hulk Hogan like a 5% pay cut to pay for Sorensen's injuries.
Yeah, but
That'd be fine.
did you see that Hulk Hogan Q&A? It's quite clear that guy's in it for the money. He would not have taken that. He would not have taken that cut. He would not have, because he said that the issue with him and Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam 2005 was not about Shawn Michaels doing some sort of promo that I can't even remember, to be fair. It was about, oh, well, Vince won't pay me the money, brother. Oh, cheers, Hulk. Yeah, that's it. You refuse to even give a 5% cut so some guy can pay off his medical bills just so you can just stand there and take him all the time for no reason. Yeah, brilliant. Cheers, mate. That's what I want to see.
He needs to buy that hair dye for his beard, though.
Fucking arsehole. And you know what the worst thing is? They've fired people who are actually talented. And just to keep this old wanker, it's Hulk Hogan.
And he goes to
biggest-
Toronto and has this massive media field day where he arm wrestles the mayor of Toronto, and he doesn't even mention TNA once.
What? He doesn't even mention them once! It's just like, what? You're a waste of space. You are a waste of human resource. Leave. We fired your stupid door. Go away. You are a waste of human resource. Their ratings have actually gone down since he's come back. It's Hulk Hogan. If you don't know anything about wrestling, you know who Hulk Hogan is. How, in the name of fuck, are their ratings the exact same thing as they were 6 years ago? For the love of God, how does this happen? Fuck. And they're like, oh, we're running out of money. Well, no shit. Because you've got this old senile wanker that calls everybody Jack and brother every 15 seconds. He doesn't add anything to the product. He's just there. He doesn't do anything. And they've just ruined everything that they could possibly ever have of being good. And I hate this company.
It's like they didn't consider that taking Impact on the road live would cost more money.
And you know the thing that pisses me off? Like, they put a video on where they signed TJ Perkins to a contract.
Ugh.
And they're just like, Dixie's just like, we are so happy that you have joined our family. It's not a family. You're making out like it's the fucking nicest place to work on earth. Like, you're making out like it's all rainbows and puppies and shit. It's just like, no. This thing is a piece of shit. You didn't even pay for a guy's fucking medical bills, and you're making out like we're a family. We're all in this together. Fuck off. Just stop. If you honestly think that, you're fucking delusional. You have no fucking... I'm looking from the outside looking in, and even I can see clearly something is wrong here.
Look, there's one thing, though. And I don't know if you saw... I think you've seen this, Keelan. I don't know if you guys, Andy and Carmo, I don't know if you've seen this, but there was a Q&A session with Hulk Hogan, right? And it was what was it? It was something like, it was uncut. He could say anything he wanted. And somebody asked him, Hulk, what are the two things that is needed to make TNA more successful? And he said, well, brother, Eric Bischoff needs to be fully controlled of creative, brother. Oh no, it gets better. Okay, Hulk, what's the second one? Well, Eric Bischoff needs to have complete control over unlimited funds. Yeah, really? Really?
What?
Unlimited funds. That's what TNA needs. Any company can succeed with unlimited funds.
Right.
What?
So he wants to repeat the same shit they did in WCW. What's WCW doing? Oh yeah, it doesn't exist. And the worst thing is, if you gave me infinite money, I could start a wrestling company tomorrow, and I would probably make a success out of it.
Maybe that was a subtle way of saying, I think TNA is dying. There's nothing we can do unless we have unlimited funds.
It's just, I don't like any motherfucker on this planet could, if you give someone infinite money, they could make a success out of anything. What a stupid senile. Fuck this guy. Like, we played him for Triple H, but Triple H at least has the fucking decency to be like, you know what, the Shield are actually the future of this business. Hulk Hogan, on the other hand, is just like, I'm going to put myself on TV. like,
you know, Dixie, you know what we need to save this company? Unlimited funny money.
It's like he just played EWR, and he's just like, edit all my data and like give myself infinite money, like $9,999,999 million. Like, dickhead.
That's funny.
He's such an asshole. This company is so bad, and it's like, so they're gonna let AJ go by the sounds of things, because AJ, the idea is that he's not taking a pay cut. It's like,
why should he? He's the top star of the company. He's there. He goes everywhere in the country, and people know who AJ Styles is. He's the face of TNA. He's about the only person that does get a reaction everywhere.
I just don't understand. Like, this isn't just troubled times for TNA. This is like, this is them on their deathbed. And yeah. I know I say this every year, but it's never been this bad. I can't remember a time when it's been this bad. It's just like, we've gone on the road, and it's cost us more money, and we've got the most over-bloated fucking roster in the history of wrestling. We don't know what to do with half the fucking people we've got. And half the people we got who are talented, we've just got rid of. And the old fucks that can't do anything anymore, we're going to keep them because they draw when they actually don't. I don't see the fucking point in this fucking company anymore. Its existence is a waste of space.
TNA's at the
Give someone else
point.
a load of money and do it all over again. Just
TNA's at the. They're at the point right now where all it would take for them to completely die is to put Total Divas on Thursday nights.
Oh god, that would annihilate them.
No, that's it.
It really would.
You know it's bad when a fucking TV show, which has got nothing, like pretty much nothing to do with wrestling, it's just like, you think you're so smart or whatever, bitch. And then like, it's just like, if that can beat it, if that can beat your shit aces and sevens because there's not 8 people, it's just stupid. This entire thing is dumb. Anderson could go as well. So that's just like...
I
Oh,
can't
he's
believe-
so bad now.
I can't believe, though, that they fired people who were actually in the Aces and Eights storyline, like Doc. I can't believe that.
I think literally what's happened is every person whose contract has come up, they've just let go because they can't afford them. So no matter who comes up, they're just gone.
Just
I didn't know they got rid of members of Aces and Eights. That's like if WWE had to make a budget cut. It's like, who are we going to get rid of? Well, I guess Dean Ambrose. There's no other option.
yeah! Yes! God, that's exactly it! That was like a mid-orgasm, but that's exactly it! Like, imagine if WWF were running out
F.
back in the day and they were like...
F.
Yeah, well,
Get
that's
the
what they
F
were
out.
back then, and they'd be like, we're
Get
running
the
out
F
of money.
out.
Who should we cut? I don't know, The Rock. Like, what are you doing? Mate, this so stupid. It's like, I know, this guy's actually talented. Should we keep him on? Nope. Like, should we keep the 900-year-old man with the worst mustache in human history? Yep. Like, there's no fucking sense in what they're doing. It's just like, this is TNA when they eventually die, and I'm gonna have so much beer that day. When they eventually die, I want like, you know, like Bryan Alvarez did the WCW thing.
Oh, the book.
Yeah, I want him to create a book, and it says TNA, how not to run a wrestling company.
Well, did you know how the company started? Jerry Jarrett called TNA TNA because he was running it on Tuesday night pay-per-views, and he literally wanted people to be scrolling through pay-per-views
And,
late at
and
night.
they thought it was porn.
Yeah, and they thought it was porn. And the first pay-per-view had Ed Ferrara, Vince Russo's former sidekick writer. He came out and was like, "Are you guys ready for some TNA?" It's like, what the fuck is this bullshit? If a company starts like that, it's not really gonna.
Can you imagine the WWF or whatever the fuck it was back in the day? You were like, so, tits. It just went on. Fucking thing on Earth. I'm sorry, but like, why do they still exist? I still don't know.
They're on their way out.
Like, this is like the year of death for TNA, because it's just like, it's literally like the Ask Dixie thing, fucking hiring MMA people for no reason, and firing a bunch of people that they fucking signed, sucking their shitty developmental, and was like, lol, we don't want you anymore. Like,
Yeah, you've won. Gut check. Goodbye.
yeah,
Yeah, what is the point of that? They just fire everyone that wins.
And the best person, Adam Pearce, they just do nothing with. They don't even have him win.
I can't breathe.
They're keeping people like Rockstar Spud, but they fired like everyone else.
I can't breathe. This is such a shit company.
It's like the 2012 End of the World scare. That was actually a year early, and it just referred to TNA.
That's what the Mayans predicted.
The Mayans predicted the end of TNA.
And they were a year off.
What?
Oh,
So,
God,
what do you think is going to happen in 2012? Well, I think I see a wrestling promotion going out
What's
of
wrestling?
business.
It
Well,
makes
I
me
think we
laugh
need to
when
write this
people
down.
online- When people online are like, "Oh, when's Vince McMahon gonna buy TNA?" He's not going to buy
He won't
TNA.
waste his money on that.
Even if it dies, he's not going to buy the tape library. What? So he can have Christian wrestling in a few main events, like on a DVD. Like, what the hell?
Oh
He's
yeah,
got Christian
we
in-
want to make a compilation. We want to make a compilation DVD of reverse ladder matches.
You know what? When TNA is eventually worth like about £1, what we should do is just email Dixie and be like, look, this is a joint venture. We'll all chip in 25p and we'll buy your company off you and we'll just own it forever and never do anything because it's so bad. I mean, we could just run a show better than them. I don't know.
Tell you one
I
thing,
could
it'd
see
stop the
Vince
copyright
buying-
issues.
If Vince did buy TNA, I could easily see it like a DVD coming out like 3 months later, like WWE presents the best of shit on a pole.
WWE presents the best of electrified steel cage matches that were quite obviously not electrified.
And now, yeah, you could have the TNA African guy.
Yes!
Like, hello, my name is TNA, and, and you are about to see some of the worst shit you have ever seen in your life. Are you ready for a reverse cage match? Or maybe a reverse battle royal? How about a King of the Mountain match with a penalty box? Well, get ready, because this is going to be the best thing ever.
Oh god.
Oh man, I hope if WWE buys TNA, right?
No,
I hope. No, listen. I hope that in the next Hall of Fame, they'll induct Claire Lynch.
no.
Oh god.
Just
How
for
is
the
something-
sheer awfulness. We're going
I'm
to
sure- actually,
commemorate the
no, I'm gonna
badness
buy
of the
it.
storyline.
In NXT, in NXT, I'm sure they've named one of their new divas Claire Lynch.
I hope so. Oh my god, I hope so.
They
I'm
did
sure
have
I
to
read that
create
earlier.
It is
They're gonna
something
create the
Lynch.
Hall of
I think
Shame.
it's Rebecca Knox, isn't it? Like,
Mm.
I don't know what her name is now. It might be like
Anyway.
Rebecca Lynch or something.
Anyway, we should probably
Just
start
gonna add
wrapping this show up, guys. We're running over.
Well, that's what happens when you talk about shit.
one thing 45 minutes.
So basically, this has been a fun episode. Remember, never watch TNA. I've been Andy Bob.
I've been Liam Dunn, and I'll just say it right now. The day that TNA dies, the Suplah will be doing a very special TNA Wake episode on the day.
What would we complain about? We would have nothing to complain about.
Don't say that. Jeez. Don't
Show
say we
die,
need...
show die,
Please
no,
do
TNA
not
must live.
say...
No.
Do not say TNA is the life source of the Suplah.
Shit.
Anyway.
What were we talking about?
Fuck.
So
Anyway.
PWG happened.
Oh no!
We've been joined by Keelan Balderson
Hello, goodbye.
and, of course, Carmine Antonelli.
I guess I'm crazy.
Did
Oh,
I
well.
pronounce that right?
Yes.
Oh, fucking hell. I'm surprised. I didn't think I would. Oh, wrong button. Let's do the outro. All right, anyway. Outro of shitness.